Good evening, Internet. Stream here playing some more Standard tonight, and still looking to play some kind of aggro deck that has access to Spell Pierce. So we're going back to that Cactuar well one last time, but tonight our favorite plant has some new buddies from Avatar. Let's take a look at Seal Team Sticks. So we're again a Temur aggro tempo deck, and we're a breakout deck. We're using this sorcery. Lets us look at the top 6, grab a creature with mana value 2 or less, put it on the battlefield with haste. So all of the creatures in our deck have mana value of 1 or 2 at the most. And we're bringing all the 1 mana 3/3s because we basically want to pack as much power and toughness into as low a mana value as possible. That's why we're playing Cactuar. Again, this 1 mana 3/3 Trample that bounces back to our hand if it didn't enter the battlefield this turn. The trick to making this good is to give it haste, which we have a couple of ways to do in this deck. And he's bringing along his buddy, the Tiger Seal from Avatar, which is just 1 mana for a 3/3 Vigilance. At the beginning of your upkeep, you tap it though, but we're going to cheat into play hastily with Break Open. And it turns out it's not really that hard to draw extra cards in blue while also maintaining like a good, strong battlefield. So I think the Cactuar is going to work out just fine for us. The rest of our creatures include these Flood Pits Drowners, which are 2-drops, which are amazing, tempo pieces. We've got the Summon Brynhildrs, which let us, draw an extra card, kind of effectively impulse draw the way red does. And then for the following 2 turns, it makes it so that the first creature that we cast will have haste. It's really good in combination with Cactuars. If you can give a Cactuar haste, when it enters, it basically is 1 mana for 2 attacks with a 3/3 Trampler, which I think is actually pretty good. So Summon Brynhildr does give us a little bit of extra cards to look at, and haste for our Cactuars and other creatures. Then, we want to be able to enable our Tiger Seals in a tempo positive manner. That's why we're playing these Yuyan Archers from Avatar, these commons. 2 mana 3/1 reach. When they enter, you may discard a card if you do draw a card. So just a way to draw extra cards on our turn to make sure that the seals untap while also adding power and toughness to the battlefield. Note that you could play a Fear of Missing Out instead of this card if you wanted to. It may very well be a better choice. The reason why I'm not doing that is just because I don't really like FOMO. Also because I think I value power a lot more than I value like a good solid like all-around body. So I think I'd rather have a 3/1 in this deck than a 2/3. We're never really going to enable a Delirium with this brew. Then we've got our Frenzied Balos. Just get right in there, hastily smack our opponent in the face, make it so that our other creatures can't be countered. We've got our Keen-Eyed Curator, which are a form of Graveyard Hate on a nice chunky 2 mana 3/3. And then, we've got to enable our Tiger Seals, so we are playing some like card advantage pieces, card selection pieces. We got our Ops, just to let us do that for 1 mana. We also have a couple of Enter the Enigmas for 1 mana. We can draw a card and make it so that creature can't be blocked, can let us get in some damage. Most importantly, just makes it so that our Tiger Seals can actually do stuff. And then we've just got some interaction, a little bit of burn, burst lightnings. Into the Flood Maw is just like the best interaction you can play in Standard right now. Of course, we have access to that. We're playing it. We have the 1 of Spell Pierce in the main board, another in the side, just to protect us against that one. If you can counter that 1 critical sweeper, that your opponent's trying to play on turn 4 or 5, you'll win that game with this deck. You should be able to. And then we've got a Lightning Strike for a little bit of bigger burn. That also gives us a little bit of extra reach. So that is the plan. We're trying to get on the board early, often with as big stuff as we can. We're enabling our Tigers and Cactuars, leveraging them for maximum possible aggro and tempo value. Oh, I forgot to mention we do have these Cryogen relics, which also play really well with the Tiger Seals, because they draw a card right away for 2 mana, but for another 2 mana, you can sack it to put a stun counter on up to 1 target tapped creatures. Well, your opponents are probably going to have tapped creatures around since we're a Flood Pits Drowner deck. It can also make it increase your window for the Flood Pits Drowner to shuffle away a really troublesome creature, all the while keeping your Tiger Seal able to attack as we really want them to be. So our curve is actually lower than the regular non-seal version of this deck. So we're actually only running 20 lands, and we're doing the best that we can to get all of our colors. Our color requirements are crazy, so we're going to be hurting ourselves a lot with our mana, but we should be able to cast our spells on time when we need to. The sideboard includes Into the Flood Maws 3 and 4 for matchups where it's good, including like against Prowess. this is probably your best card against like the landfall decks. This is probably your best card. It's really just amazing how good this card is, how much it really helps this deck to win just by tempo purposes. A Burst Lightning, a couple of Abrades are there for matchups where we want more spot removal. Abrade can also hit artifacts, of course. We've got Fire Magic and Iroh's Demonstration are our tech against like Go Wide, Weenie, and Token decks. Iroh's Demonstration is basically acting as Fire Magic number 2, but for 2 mana, it has sorcery speed, granted. It only hits our opponent's creatures for 1. We're basically only going to use Fire Magic to do 1 damage to stuff. So that's great that it doesn't hit our stuff, because we play Flood Pit Drowners and Yuyan Archers, which are 1 toughness. Also, it can just kill something that is larger. It can deal 4 damage to a creature if that's what we needed to do. So I do like that versatility. Spell Pierce number 2 is in here. Heritage Reclamation for artifacts, enchantments, graveyards. 1 Redirect Lightning was pretty clutch last time playing this deck. This seems like just a really broken spell. It's like Deflecting Swat. I have that in one of my commander's decks, and that card's also always super annoying, so I think this card's really good. A couple of Soul Guide Lanterns for some more graveyard hate, as well as Keen Eyed Curator number 3 to shore up that creature when it's good, and 1 Pop Hatch Formation is good against mono black decks, creature enchantment, and flyer heavy decks. That is Seal Team Sticks. We got the Seals, we got the Sticks. The Cactuars are the Sticks. Hardy har. And I think we are capable of some really brutal draws if our mana cooperates with us. We should be in good shape to really beat some people up and tempo them out. So let's get to the matches in Platinum tier on the standard ladder. If you like off-meta MTG content, please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below. Civilized the Eternal Taskmaster is our first opponent. This is a 1-lander. We're a 20 land deck, so we're going to get 1-landers occasionally that we will need to mulligan. As I believe we will mulligan this one. Okay. Yeah, this hand is much better. I think we'll bottom one of these Cryogen relics. Alright. And let's just play a Cactuar. Temple of Triumph. Something Boros. Hazaret Godseeker. If I have the Indestructible Haste, can't attack or block unless you have max speed. That card is kind of hard to get to work. It's very slow. Let's attack for 6. There goes our Cactuar. Sprawling Crawler. Okay. I think we'll just Drowner the Sprawling Crawler. Get in for a hit there. Play our Cactuar again. I suppose this does fuel their max speed. It's very slow. Hard Light Containment. So this has Ward 1. We could Cryogen Relic. Shuffle away their Crawler. No, we actually don't have the mana to do that. Because we have to pay 2 to play the Relic, and then it will cost another 3 to put the stun counter on this, and then we have to actually sack. So I think we'll just attack. They're really not going to trade for their Needlekin? Okay. Well, let's play this Relic. Draw a card. Summon Brynhildr. Let's summon Brynhildr. Now let's just play our Cactuar with haste next turn. Alright, Yeah, they're really going for the pings here. The Nova Hellkite. Yeah, that's pretty good. So we block the crawler. And we take 6. I don't know if they should have attacked with their crawler. Okay, yeah, I can actually just bounce the crawler before it does anything. So I think we attack with our Baloth, of course. Hazoret still can't do anything. Cactuar. Curator. We have Spell Pierce up. We can also bounce the Razorkin on our upkeep, so we don't take damage. Slag Storm. Oh, we'll Spell Pierce that. Just in case the game doesn't do it, but I think that it would. But we'll bounce the Needlehead. And we'll attack for lethal. Okay. So... Boros Tempo... They're looking to, like, cheese us with Needleheads and Scrawling Crawlers. Burst Lightning... Braid. They also got the Nova Hellkites. I think I like Spell Pierce. That's probably good. Now we need to maintain a high creature count because we're a breakout deck. We also need to maintain synergy for our Tiger Seals. I think I'll cut a Drowner because 1 toughness is a little rough here. I think when I cut any creatures, I have to cut 1 breakout. Yeah, I think we'll cut 1 enter the Enigma, and when we cut that, we also cut a seal. Let's try this. Okay, we've got a seal, and a way to keep it on the battlefield the turn after, and a breakout. I think we can keep this. This looks pretty good. Frenzied Goblin. Whenever it attacks, can make it so that a creature can't block if they pay a red. The fact that the seal has Vigilance too is kind of silly. Okay, seal taps. We will shock the Stomping Ground, play these Archers. We'll discard a Forest and draw a card. A Cactuar. And we don't have a way to enable our seal next turn. But we could draw something. Generous Plunderer. And Authority of the Consuls. Authority of the Consuls sucks. If we bounce it, we give him a fish token. But then we could break out and attack for a whole bunch, potentially. Yeah, I think we need to keep up the aggro, so let's bounce. Bounce Authority. We can have a tapped fish. Let's break out. We'll get a Keen-Eyed Curator. And we'll attack. Okay, their goblin dies. That's totally fine. We don't want them shutting off our blocks. Well, mana, not a concern. Okay, they're a Collector's Cage deck. Well, we have a Braids. We have answers. Alright, let's opt. You don't need more lands, really, deck. Thank you very much. Ay. Let's see, we got instant, sorcery, creature, and land, so we can fully go off with our Curator. And I think we will do that. Okay. Creature. Instant. Sorcery. Land. Creature for 10. Alright, the Bastronaut is now 2-2. There's the health height. So they can ping my seal. Those are both menace. Okay. Alright. Do they have an answer for my raccoon? Let's opt. Good game, opponent says. Okay, they don't. GG's. Okay. We got there. Yoshi, the crafty, will be our next opponent with some seal team sticks. Because we got seals, we got plants. We've got mulligans. This hand isn't exactly great. I guess it's pretty good. We can Tiger Seal turn 1, turn 2 opt to attack with the seal and play a Cactuar. That's pretty cool. What do we bottom? Floodmaw or Raccoon? I think Floodmaw. Alright. Play a seal. Immediate bounce, sure. Okay. Play a seal. Play a Cactuar. Quenched. Okay. So they're Bant. Alright, let's opt. Archers? We'll take Archers. Do we play a Curator here? I think we do. We'll just play this on green. Play Curator. They're acting like they have a counter spell, so very possible this gets countered. No? Okay. Summon Fenrir. Stomping Ground. Alright, let's attack. Alright, we'll play our Seal. Play the Stomping Ground. Pass. More Fenrirs? Okay. They're ramping. Frenzied Baloth. Alright, let's opt. We're good on land for now. Alright, play a Frenzied Baloth. Again, trading for Fenrir. So they look like they could be a Yuda deck, which would mean we're in trouble. Tatyova. Whenever a land control enters, you gain a life and draw a card. Okay, well, let's play this Yuyan Archers. Yeah, we'll discard this Spell Pierce. Play another Baloth. Attack. They take it. Doc Arlock. Spells you cast from your graveyard or exile cost 2 less. Plotting costs 2 less. Okay. Cryogen Relic. Well, let's play this Yuyan Archers again. Okay. We'll discard a land. Draw a land. Attack with our stuff. Gonna bounce our Frenzied Baloth back to hand. Okay. Yeah, I think we'll just replay it. Yeah, they gain a life and draw a card. They're gonna tap to Surveil. Oh, that's not good for them. Alright, enter the Enigma. So we'll make the Archers unblockable. Attack. Then trade with the Baloth. Okay. Alright, opponent scoops it up. So, what's happening there? Well, they have summoned Fenrirs and Tatyova. I think I want stuff that can kill 3 toughness stuff. So let's bring in those Abrades. They really have Una vibes too, no doubt. Maybe Heritage Reclamation and a Keen-Eyed Curator. Yeah, that seems pretty good. Yeah, I guess we're just cutting Breakout plus 1 non-seal creature. Maybe Brynhildr, which means we can cut a Cactuar and maybe 1 Enter the Enigma. Let's try this. Yep, that's a one-lander, so we got a mole. Unfortunately. Yeah, this is fine. We don't have red mana, but we'll find it. We'll keep this. Bottom, a breeding pool. Alright, we can play a seal turn 1. We can't, like, keep it untapped, but that's okay. I think having it on the battlefield is good. Alright, our seal taps. They don't have blue mana showing, so I'll just play a curator. Alright, attack with the rack. Bounce it. Destroy target attacking creature. Still pierce that. Play another curator. I'd love to untap my tiger seal. Opt into like a mountain would be great. They have a restless prairie. Opponent gonna do something on our upkeep. Hey, there's an opt. Let's opt. Heritage Reclamation. We don't need that at the moment. Red source? Yuyan Archers. Alright. Pass. We can't enable our raccoon yet, can we? No, there's only 2 card types. Opponent scoops it up. Alright. Too much aggro. A single spell pierce, enough to get it done. Alright, Kavuche, the Ambitious, will be our next opponent with some SEAL Team sticks. And this hand looks pretty good. We're gonna keep. Alright, we can shock and play a Cactuar. SEAL Team sticks? Yes, that is what the deck is called. It's not a very good name, is it? So you got the Cactuars, they're the sticks, you got the seals. So here we want to summon Brynhildr so that we can play our Cactuar with haste next turn. Ooh, and a free breakout? That's kind of gross. I don't like the way they're hesitating. It's like they want to remove my Brynhildr. Raven Eagle. When this creature enters or attacks, exile to 1 target card from a graveyard. If a creature card is exiled this way, create a clue token. Whenever you draw your second card, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain a life. Okay. So we will play our Cactuar with haste. And then we'll play our free breakout. We'll get a Tiger Seal. That's the full seal team right there. Oh, I attacked with my summon Brynhildr. That was stupid. Oops. Man, that sucks. That means that we're losing out on haste, potentially on something. We still have a breakout, so I think I'd like our spot here. Opponent's at 7. Alesha, who laughs at fate. Okay. Okay, let's make our seal unblockable. Draw a card. Untap it. Let's break out. Get another seal. GG's. So, like some kind of aggro deck with Alesha think we'll just bring in like a couple more burn spells, like the braids probably are good. Unless also lets them recover things from their graveyard, so I think I'll get a Keen-Eyed Curator. That's probably it. We'll cut Spell Pierce, cut an Into the Flood Maw, cut one Enter the Enigma. Let's try this. Okay. Yeah, this hand looks great. We'll keep. We don't always need to, like, I don't think it's worth sacrificing the turn 2 play to try to enable your Tiger Seal to attack, necessarily. Like, I'd rather play a Keen-Eyed Curator than opt in order to attack with my Seal on turn 2. I still think it's worth it to play the Seal turn 1. I would rather play a Keen-Eyed Curator than opt this turn. Knight of Malice. Hexproof from white. Okay, well we don't play any white. Just a 2/2 first strike. Yeah, we're gonna shock and play a raccoon. Knight of Grace. Well, we're not black either. Fire Bluff, that's a good draw. Alright, so let's make... our Tiger Seal unblockable. And I think we'll Flood Pits one of these knights and bounce the other one next turn. Yeah, it doesn't, it's not, I don't know, it doesn't really make sense to play the Flood Pits here, actually, because this doesn't give us any additional attacks. We still don't want to attack our raccoon into those knights. It actually doesn't really matter which one I choose. Fire magic. Okay, we'll attack with our unblockable seal. There's the Raven Eagle. Alright, let's opt. Yuyan Archers. I like Yuyan Archers. Opponent scoops. Okay. Too much heat, man. No one can stand before the seals. They seal our opponent's doom, apparently. U6 will be our next opponent. With Seal Team Sticks. We're gonna be on the draw. Hand looks great. No. Our 1-drops are our Seals and our Cactuars. No paw patches. So I'm just gonna play Passage on blue. That's rough. Our mana is really bad here. I'm actually just playing Verge and passing. Mischievous Mystic. So they're gonna draw cards. Well, seeing as I have a handful of blue cards, I feel like I should play this on blue and pass. More mischievous mystics. Let's opt. Another Verge doesn't help us. Break out doesn't help us. Ooh, okay. We're getting mana'd here. So let's opt again. Let's find an untapped green source. Bottom. No. Oh, that's really bad. That's really bad. Discard to hand size. Probably enter the Enigma. Okay, Botanical Sanctum doesn't give us access to double green. Let's play a Tiger Seal. Let's try to break out. Okay, no counter. We'll summon Brynhildr. And get a seal off it. Sweet. Opponent takes it. Bitter Triumph on my seal. Discarding this thing. Okay, so they're a Reanimator deck. Kaviro. So does this have a finality counter or anything? No. So if I bounce Kaviro, it just comes back as another copy of this and destroys something else? Oh no, it's exiled from their graveyard. Okay. So yeah, let's just bounce the Kaviro, I guess. There's nothing else in their graveyard. And break out. We'll get a seal. Kaviro. Gonna summon Brynhildr. So we are at 4, and we have no way of dealing with their mystics. I can bounce one. So if I bounce this, it goes back to my hand. Problem is I'm dying to these wizards. So I guess I gotta draw a card. Let's see what happens. Yeah, I think I'm dead. I bounce one. They attack with everything. I go down to 2. Alright, I guess that's what I'm doing. We'll play it out. Now they just play this guy and it gets hasted. Okay. So they're like a Reanimator deck, but they're playing 2/1 flyers that look like they could do stuff. So let's get Fire Magic. I think Iroha's Demonstration, Keen-Eyed Curator, Soul Guides, Heritage. I think I want the Spell Pierces. Into the Flood Maw is good against Reanimator also, sort of. Alright. Cut 8 non-sideboard cards. 3. Four, 5, 6. I don't know if this is right to go down so many creatures, but we're going to try it. Maybe we'll just run 2 to the Flood Maws. I don't know if you need the 3rd into the Enigma. Let's try this. Okay. It's all about whether we can control their graveyard, because if that goes off, they just win. Yeah, we got a Keen-Eyed Curator. We need to find red mana. We'll keep. I don't think we expose the Curator until we have the mana to activate it right away. Well, since we just drew a second one, but right now let's just get a hasty creature attacking. Let's draw red mana, please. There's the Mischievous Mystic. Okay. That's a good draw. We'll get a seal. They don't want to trade for the Baloth. Spyglass. Okay. Yuyan Archers. Yeah, let's play our Yuyan Archers. We'll discard... probably Keen-Eyed Curators. We draw a Cactuar. Alright, let's attack. Play a Cactuar. Oh, we could have played another Curator there. Oops. Well, they have nothing to reanimate yet, so I'm not too worried. Whenever enters attack, draw a card or discard. At the end of your upkeep, there are 14 or more cards in your graveyard. Transform them, sure. That's fine. Okay. So, I think we attack here. Okay, we do some trading. Let's kill this. Play another Keen-Eyed Curator. Dreadwing Scavenger. When enters or attack, draw a card, then discard a card. So they get to make another 1/1. Yeah, I really need to kill this thing earlier. Spyglass Siren. Another Scavenger. Alright, let's start eating their graveyard. Creature. Stomping Ground. Sorcery. Instance. I can't get all 4. No. Sorcery instant creature. Okay, let's attack. They're down to 4. They're gonna draw another one of these also. Which gives them another 1/1 token. So I think I just kill this. So they don't keep getting tokens. Play a Cactuar. Monument to Endurance. Would love to untap my seal this turn. Creature instant sorcery. Still can't get full delirium. Okay, so let's exile that creature. Untap my seal. Untap my seal. Soul Guide Lantern. Hey, that will untap my seal. That's game. Sack it. Draw a card. Untap my seal. Attack for lethal. Oh no, they're down to 1. Okay, next turn. Cactuar bounces back. Can we get there? Alright, opponent scoops. Yeah, so I guess we want these abrades. They're a monument deck. We want to kill their creatures, that's for sure. Lightning Strike. Yeah, let's just cut a Floodmaw. Archers. Flood Pit Drowner? Let's try this. Okay. Well, we don't have any kill spells for them. We also don't have a 1-drop. We do have a Heritage Reclamation. I think we'll keep. Alright, there's a 1-drop. Sure, let's play a Cactuar. Meringue River Regent on top of their deck. They leave it. Okay. Let's play Frenzied Baloth. Kiora. Okay. So I think I will just Flood Pit the Kiora. Attack for 3. Play a Cactuar. Red-Wing Scavenger. Draw a discard. All they have is this mischievous dude in their yard. Yeah, I think we'll just attack. You're gonna take 6 down to 5. Let's play a Cactuar, and we'll pass. Monument to Endurance. Okay. We have a Heritage Reclamation for that. Destroy target artifact. Is their last card a counterspell? No. Okay. Well, they've got a Meringue River Regent plus an Unknown in hand. So just go for the win, I guess. Try to kill Kiora. And here's where Iroh's demonstration is much better than Fire Magic. Fire Magic would not be able to do this. Alright, they're gonna Bitter Triumph my Cactuar. Hit you for 2. Check it out though, I got another Cactuar. One of Scoops. Alright, getting there over to be a Reanimator? Sweet. Taj Sim 2005 will be our next opponent with Seal Team Sticks. We've got all the 1 mana 3/3s you could shake a stick at. I think this is a mulligan. Unfortunately, we're on the draw. And we have Cactuars, but we're a mulligan. Yeah, this hand's just much better. Keep the bottom starting town. Alright, so looks like some kind of landfall deck. Alright, just gonna shock this Stomping Ground, play a Cactuar. Zaz's Chocobo. It's a 2/3. So I'm kind of tempted to just Flood Pits it on their turn. That means that, like, I don't really do much this turn, though. Maybe I'll Flood Pits it next turn. I'm gonna summon Brynhildr. Burst Lightning. It's not gonna do much at this point. More Zaz's Chocobos. Take 3. Alright, so play a hasty Cactuar. try to burst lightning this chocobo, I guess. It works. Okay, cool. Attack. Side quest, raise a chocobo. Yeah, those birds do chunk in for some damage. Okay. I think we'll just flood maw this chocobo now, while they're sort of tapped out. And we'll frenzy Baloth. Oh, it was already hasty. Getting for 4. Two, 3 chocobo. Alright. We draw another Cactuar. Let's break out. Whiff? Oh no. So we're about 96% in our main board construction to hit on a breakout. So that's very unfortunate. We're just gonna take 4. Okay. Attack with the chocobo. With the Cactuar, rather. Salvation Swan. Okay. Gonna block? Sure. Now, I can't play... This can tap for colorless without paying life, right? Yes. Okay. This interest tapped. Play a Cactuar. Alright. Go to 1. Drown the chocobo. There's a seal. Let's attack. And we don't need to shuffle this away yet. We can't produce blue mana without dying is the problem. Oh, we actually can't shuffle it away because we can't produce blue mana without dying. Okay. Can we draw like a burst lightning? And they've got another swan. Alright, so they get us. Stupid Zaz's Chocobos, man. You just... Into the Flood Maw is the best answer. The Burst Lightnings are just too late. The Swans, I think, are good. We could bring in some Abrades for the Swans, maybe. And I think we'll cut a Keen-Eyed Curator and a Breakout. Let's try this. Cool. We got our colors. We'll keep. We don't have an answer to a Chocobo yet. I'm gonna shock to playing Ops turn 1. Alright, let's go ahead and Ops. Yuyan Archers. I'm gonna bottom that. Get something better. Flood Maw's great. And we draw Yuyan anyway. Okay. Let's shock our Stomping Ground and break out. We'll get a Cactuar. There's Zaz's Chocobo. It's 2-3. I think we'll just bounce it. I'm gonna summon Brynhildr. Okay, Cryogen Relic. Chocobo's back, but it's small. Alright, there's a seal. Alright, let's play a hasty Cactuar. And then a frenzied Baloth. Get in there. Sudden strike and destroy my Cactuar. Okay. I would love it if they traded with the Brynhildr. The Brynhildr is going away anyway. They just take it. Okay. I can give my Seal a haste next turn. Split up. Okay. Lightning strike. Yeah, let's just kill this Chocobo. Play a seal. get lost. Some kind of landfall control deck. Alright, let's Curator. Use our map. Another removal spell, get lost. Sure. Creature, please. Alright, Cactuar. Play Cactuar. Drag a map. Draw land. Rack a map. Enter the Enigma. I'll keep that on top. Crack a map. Sure, we'll leave that on top. There's the Salvation Swan. Traveling Chocobo. Traveling Chocobo is going to come back. Alright, let's enter the Enigma. Our Cactuar can't be blocked. Let's Yuyan Archers. Ditch this Stomping Ground, draw a card. Land. Alright, attack. One reach, is that new? Yeah, this is a common from Avatar. You could play FOMO instead of this guy. Like, he's taking the spot of FOMO. He's a 2-mana guy that, like, lets you draw a card when he enters. Yeah, we'll block the Traveling Chocobo. Enter the Enigma. Let's play this Cryogen Relic. Like, I'm just dead if they attack, as is. So I think I have to stun this swamp. This swan. Draw a card. Shock this. Play the Cactuar. Yeah, I really just like FOMO as well. So you can play these guys instead of FOMO. FOMO may very well be better, but these guys are more aggressively bodied. We're not any kind of Delirium deck, so that's not really relevant. Whenever a land you control's enter, Choco gets 1/1. Okay. So we gotta win here or we're dead. I don't think we can win here. Cactuar. I don't know, we could draw a burn spell. That's how we could win. Into the Enigma on our Cactuar. Alright, well, we can't deal with their board, so we're dead. Right? We can play these guys, we can attack, they just get blocked, and then we die. Alright, well, Chocobos are a good deck. I mean, they get so much value if you just let them accumulate creatures. I guess we maybe boarded out too many burn spells, I don't know. Alright, so our final result with this Temur Seal Team Sticks aggro tempo deck was a 4-1, which is better than we did with just the version from last time that did not include the Tiger Seals, and I think this deck is really good. You know, as I said, like, if you want to be real sweaty, you could play the FOMOs. It might even be worth going up to more than 4 copies of this, because, like, you know, this deck really wants to put creatures onto the battlefield, so if you can enable the Tiger Seals while also adding, like, power and toughness to the board, that's just a really good thing to do. So I could absolutely see wanting more than 4 copies of this effect, which would mean you would play, you know, some balance of FOMOs and these Yuyan Archers. Although it was fun to play this common. And yeah, I think the deck is really fun. I think it's very aggressive. Its good draws are very brutal. You know, we're 20 land, 3 color deck, so we can encounter some mana difficulties at times. We do have enough card draw to, like, get out of that a lot of the time. We did get sort of out aggroed by the Chocobo deck, but I think that's just something, like, they got a good really fast draw, and we got kind of a little bit of a mopey draw that last game. So that deck, you have to have, like, you have to have the interaction early, and if they get going, like, it's hard to deal with without sweepers. So I don't feel too bad about that loss. I think this deck could beat the Chocobo deck. We didn't really come across anything else that was, like, super meta, but I think this deck, it has the aggressive draws to win games, and I like the fact that it has Spell Pierce, and you can board up to 2 copies for those really degenerate matches, combo matches, and, like, you know, Reanimator, that kind of stuff where you just need to counter a critical spell. I don't know how well it would do against Control, but against, like, other aggro to mid-range decks, I think this deck will just beat the crap out of them. And I think it's really fun too, and I think Seal Team Sticks is a good team. These guys, these 1-mana 3/3s. I think, you know, regarding the Tiger Seal, this is a card that clearly wants to go into the very meta Izzet deck, and you could play it there. It's probably better there because that card is just much more focused, but it certainly has a home with these guys, with the Cactuar and this crew of cards, which I don't know, I just really like this deck. It's fun. Tempo is a fun playstyle. Anyway, not much more to say about it. I hope you enjoyed watching me play some Seal Team Sticks in Standard. If you did and you like off-meta MTG content, please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below. I stream MTG on my Twitch channel every Tuesday and Friday night. Please feel free to come by and check out the action in real time. If you want to hang out, there's a link to my Twitch channel in the description of this video. So I bid you all have a great weekend. I'll see you next week.